Christian Hubitsky is a dead man walking. He just doesn't know it yet. Last week he stabbed Mike White in the back with 3 votes. 3. And he sat there at camp the next morning eating rice smiling thinking he just made the best move of the season. But here's what Christian doesn't realize. While he was sleeping that night, at least 2 people on his tribe were whispering his name. I know this because the episode title tells me everything. Open wounds. Those aren't Mike's wounds. Those aren't Stephenie's wounds. Those are Christian's wounds. The wounds he gave himself when he showed the entire game exactly how dangerous he is. And what I'm about to tell you at the end of this video is going to prove that Christian Hubitsky might have just played the best move and the worst move of Survivor 50 in the same tribal council. On-screen text suggestion. Flash dead man walking in huge red text for 2 seconds, then cut to Christian's face. 3 things are going to determine everything in episode 5. First, the 2 only has 5 players left while the other tribes have 7 each. Second, there are 3 Boomerang idols and 1 extra vote floating around. And third, the Mike White blindside just shattered trust on the 2 completely. If you leave now, you're watching this episode blind. Stay right here. On-screen text suggestion. 3 things you must know if you're new here. Subscribe because these predictions have been hitting all season and the recap drops right after the episode airs. Let's start with the 2 because this tribe is in serious trouble. 5 players left. Emily, Christian, Ozzy, Angelina, Stephenie. They are the smallest tribe by 2 players. If they lose immunity again, they drop to 4, and at that point they're walking into the merge begging to get picked off. But the numbers aren't even the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that nobody trusts Christian anymore. He just executed a 3-2-1 blindside on his own ally. Put yourself in Ozzy's shoes. You're sitting on that beach thinking, if he did that to Mike, am I next? That paranoia is going to eat this tribe alive, and I think that's exactly what open wounds means. On-screen text suggestion. The 2 only 5 players with red warning now. Ozzy has the Boomerang idol from Genevieve. He can save himself but nobody else. And here's the twist. If Ozzy gets voted out with the idol, it goes back to Genevieve on Kalo. So Genevieve literally benefits from Ozzy's elimination. That is a wild dynamic that could play out this week. On-screen text suggestion. Ozzy's idol could boomerang back, but here's what I think everyone is sleeping on. Kalo might actually be the tribe in danger. Colby has no vote. He lost it back in episode 1. If Kalo goes to tribal, Colby is completely defenseless. He can't vote. He can't protect himself. And Aubrey is sitting there with a Boomerang idol from Christian. If Aubrey goes home, that idol goes back to Christian on the 2. So Christian basically has a backup plan across tribes. That man is playing 4-dimensional chess right now. On-screen text suggestion. Colby no vote with red X, and don't forget Rick's fake idol from episode 2. He planted it at tribal council while Christian created a distraction. Has anyone found it yet? If someone finds that fake idol this week, thinks they're safe, plays it at tribal, and Jeff says this is not a hidden immunity idol, that would be the most devastating open wounds moment possible. Imagine the face. Imagine the betrayal. Not by a person but by a prop. On-screen text suggestion. Fake idol still out there with bomb emoji. Over on Sila, Siri has the extra vote that Ozzy gave her. In a tribe of 7, an extra vote is massive. Siri basically controls an 8-person voting block by herself. If there's a tie, Siri breaks it. That kind of power is dangerous, and someone on Sila is going to figure it out. On-screen text suggestion. Siri's secret extra vote. Okay, here are my official predictions. Screenshot these right now. Prediction 1: the 2 loses immunity again. They're down to 5. The math is brutal. Prediction 2: Stephenie is the obvious target. She voted against the majority in episode 3. She's on the outside. Everyone expects her to go. On-screen text suggestion. Official predictions with target emoji. But I do not think Stephenie goes home. Here's my theory. Christian is now the biggest threat on the 2. Stephenie knows she's on the bottom. Ozzy has an idol and is scared of Christian. All it takes is for Stephenie to convince Ozzy and one more person that Christian is too dangerous. The vote flips. The hunter becomes the hunted. Christian getting blindsided the episode after he blindsided someone else would be the most poetic thing in Survivor history. That is what I think open wounds really means. Christian's wound from showing his cards bleeds out. On-screen text suggestion. Will Christian get blindsided? With shocked emoji, tell me in the comments right now. Is it Stephenie? Is it Christian? Or is it someone from a completely different tribe? Drop your prediction because this season is so unpredictable, any of us could be right. On-screen text suggestion. Comment your prediction with pointing down, and here's what I saved for last. I think episode 5 might be the last pre-merge episode. 20 players are left. One more goes home, that's 19. Survivor has merged at 19 before. If the merge hits in episode 6, then whoever goes home this week is the last pre-merge boot. That is a brutal way to end your Survivor 50 journey right before the real game begins. On-screen text suggestion. Merge coming in episode 6, with explosion bottom line. Vatu is vulnerable. Christian has a target. Stephenie is fighting for survival. And there are enough advantages in this game to flip any vote. Episode 5 airs Wednesday and somebody wound is about to bleed out. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Hit the bell. The recap drops right after the episode, and we're going to see how many of these predictions actually hit. See you Wednesday. On-screen text suggestion. Subscribe animation with bell.